She knows how to hit the button. Super full moon. Sirens in the background. Back patio of a nearby hotel.
Hotel adjacent.
And the weather's warm. The homemade cocktails are cold.
They're flowing.
Some people are awake. Some people are asleep.
Some people are in comas.
We're losing people, which might not be bad. Oh shit! Sorry, Tracy.
Got it.
All right, here's the bingo update. Is who fucking knows? She started speaking words 6 days in, I guess. Trying to speak. That's the problem with doing Twitter updates is there's only so much you can tell. You can't go into detail. She sat up and said, "I gotta pee," was her first sentence. I gotta pee. She sounded. If you ever saw the old movie Motel Hell, where they kill the guests, but they keep them alive and they bury them. That's how they make their sausage. They had the best sausage, and people come from miles around, but they're made out of people. So they keep the people alive, and they cut their vocal cords and bury them up to the necks in the backyard. So that's how Bingo is talking. You're in the hospital. So, yeah, there's a lot of translation, but there was enough that you know that she's understanding you.
And she can recognize people in the room.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
she knows
said,
who's
you,
there.
Jobi, we got to
You get me. She wouldn't tell me what she needed, which frustrated me.
The most frustrating is she'll make sentences where you can make out everything but the punchline, basically. It's just the comic doing premises without the punchline. Well, as of today, she was really responsive for a couple days, which actually makes it harder to watch because she also knows that she's fucked and she has a feeding tube up her nose. They have to strap her hands down.
So she doesn't pull the tubes out.
Yeah, because she tries to yank the thing out of her nose. There's spilling oatmeal up her nose, and now today they had to put a rectal tube in her because she's just shitting water, which... Yeah, any one of us that drinks heavily understands.
Rectal tube? Do they sell those over the counter?
I think in the gift shop. Yeah. And they got to put the catheter back in, and her brain's progressing, but her lungs are fucked and her vocal cords are fucked, and I can't explain it in medical
pneumonia,
terms.
Yeah, and there's problems with her vocal cords, neurological damage. Something with it is actually swelling her throat. And
where it could close up. So they put her
up.
back on a breathing tube, and now they're debating back and forth between the trach. So we're going to be here for a while. I'm a Tucson resident at a nearby hotel looking for an Airbnb. As soon as the parents are out of their house, we'll all shack up in an Airbnb and ride this motherfucker out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got to hear the Stern thing. That was so cool. Like a bunch of the Stern guys reached out, and people I've never even talked to, like to the part where it's to the place where you're going, oh fuck. It's very cool. And Stern mentioned it on the show today, and they played her first appearance on Stern 10 years ago was the first time we were there together, and they did it on Sternthology. They put our first appearance on.
You guys both sounded so young.
I know. It was
no
so
raspy
weird.
or anything. It was.
I still had the guttural cough every now and again. I didn't. Oh, the Bretchels are here.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
But it was, Bingo was all giddy, and I sounded dopey, but it's like chicks that did porn 100 years ago, and they regret it, but they still want to look at it because they go, yeah, I was doing porn, but look how good I looked. It's all dumb and happy. I was all giddy to be there. I wasn't all bitter.
Now you're used up.
And I still sound dopey, but it's not young dopey. So Chad Shank, Jobi, Chaille, the Bretchels just showed up. Brett Erickson and Carrie Mitchell. Tracy's here. And Jenny's birthday. She's up here celebrating her
Happy birthday,
30th
Jenny.
birthday. On a supermoon.
Full moon Superman.
You're,
In our
what,
exclusive back patio at a nearby hotel. Just because nobody's staying here.
That's the Virgin bar there at the end. That's the wink wink bar.
They didn't say there's no outside beverages allowed, so they haven't said no yet. We get one free pass. Jobi, you've been here since the beginning. Well,
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's been up and down. We were so happy yesterday. We were just giddy. Last night I got
when she made her first I gotta pee, even her mother was sitting down here getting hammered. They have a
we were
drink here at the
giddy
bar
drunk.
called the Wake Up Call. And it's like some dark beer with chocolate and spiced rum and whipped cream. So mom gets hammered off of one drink. She's hugging me. She's telling everyone in the hotel lobby my daughter just came out of a coma. And then yesterday, better signs on Sunday. And then now Monday, not so good. And they're sucking bloody mucus out of her lungs while she's sort of awake enough to be uncomfortable. And you go, I kind of like the coma thing better than her going,
Being lucid sucks. Oh, it's awful.
So I don't really know what's going on, and you can say as much or as little as
We
you
don't
want.
know what's
That's
going
fine.
on. It's
but I didn't know she
hourly.
was being worked on with gurgling blood air. I mean, what
oh, they stick the thing down her because she's got
they had
pneumonia.
to
Yeah,
intubate her
intubate her,
again?
yeah.
Okay, so then that's because she had some irritation. I'm
Well,
not a
she
doctor.
She had a lot of phlegm.
You missed the first part. He went over all
All
this
right, I'm
already.
sorry.
But she, I don't know. No, we wouldn't have gone over this. I didn't know till we got here. She came in with walking pneumonia.
Yeah.
Well,
Before
she
that,
didn't come in with walking pneumonia.
Rolling.
She had supine pneumonia.
Fine.
It all checks out.
All right.
That was already in her system before she banged her bean on the cement. I'm glad you still have a picture of the pile of blood that Ichabod.
And I told you, when the time is right, it's yours.
Oh, it's still covered. I keep putting a blanket over it in case the wind blows it away. Because I don't want, the dogs, Joey, don't want the dogs get to it. which I never
they
would've
will
thought
lick
of.
the shit out of that.
And I'm certainly not going to wash it away because I don't want to get yelled at.
And it's not going to rain till May.
Yeah.
Someone,
Well,
will,
and-
someone
and-
will do a chalk outline of it or something, you know?
Yeah,
And
I'm
Pen-
surprised you didn't pay somebody to shellac over the top of it already, so it stays there.
Well,
Kenny and Derek won't wash it away because
they don't really
Work.
Yeah, they don't work that hard. The girls, the night shift girls, has been Brooke and Kate.
Been
And
amazing.
one night, she's wearing adult diapers, or she was till
Wait,
they
Brooke?
recatheterized them. Well, Brooke for different reasons. Her holes are blown wide open. Anyway, she might listen to this. But they're staying with her on night shift, and they get goofy. And one night there were no more adult diapers, and they had to go find them. So they just created them out of the pads they put down, puppy pads. Yes. So they created this giant diaper for her, and then they created another one and wrote Victoria's Secret on it, and were taking pictures on top of her. I like to say corpse. I know it's the wrong word.
The pad is as wide as a twin bed. I mean, it is
Right,
that
it is.
big. It's like a huge
4 feet across.
baby Huey diaper that says Victoria's Secret with a heart on it. It's fucking awesome.
And this is the problem. You were going to say something. Is the moment over? I didn't want to step on you.
yeah, no, I don't remember what that was.
All the gags that we were thinking about When she comes out of the coma, she still doesn't know Trump is the president. The problem is we're thinking it's going to be like a movie where she just springs up and we can fuck with her. Well, it's not like that. Even though she's making words and can say, I got to pee, and responds to, do you want a bedpan or do you just want to pee in your pee pants? I want the pan. Meaning she recognizes the question. She's that cognizant. But she's still, like last night, she didn't know what year it was. There's still a lot of problems. So you can't just start fucking with her head now. And I don't know if that moment's going to come where, all right, now's the time to unload all these goofs on her. Hopefully there is like that moment where, all right, now's the time to fuck with her and tell her Trump's president.
But she's still going to think that you're fucking with her.
Yeah. She's going to go back
Tell her
into the
Trump
coma.
Won.
But I mean, a lot of people are tweeting very funny stuff.
Remember the old, there was a Simpsons episode where some character was coming out of a coma, and the character said, it had been in a coma for like 20 years or whatever, came out of the coma, and she's like, and the person said, does Sonny and Cher still have that show? And the doctor said, no, he's a congressman, and she won an Academy Award. And he's like, good night. And then right back out.
Simpsons did it. So it's just touch and go, and wow, I wish I could remember some of the great shit people have tweeted. But Jack and Dino, what did he just tweet?
Oh, the tubes?
Jack and Dino just tweeted, if Bingo has had any more tubes coming in and out of her, she'd be in my internet history.
Nice.
Hey, did you give the Facebook address to anyone who wants to like tune in for daily updates?
What? No, I didn't know there was one.
Brooke
Brooks.
is
Brooke Bingaman.
yeah. Just
Yeah.
if you're interested, she posts a couple times a day.
Yeah, a couple times a day, daily updates, whatnot.
All right,
So-
good. Because I got on Facebook for one thing or two things.
I didn't expect you to, but I just didn't know if you mentioned it. But Brooke Bingaman, and if you're interested, just check there.
If there's different Brooke Bingamans, she's the one with pictures of a chick that looks like Bingo but dead.
There's no possible way I can get back to my phone. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. If I didn't get back to your text messages or your emails, I'm a bit preoccupied. But I appreciate it, and I see you texted, and don't send shit. It's a waste. First of all, you can't send flowers to the ICU. They can't let them in.
Which she's still in.
Yeah.
But she can have stuff waiting for her.
This is what Tracy and I were talking about.
If you want to
If you
send
wanna s-
stuff,
if you wanna send a-
212 Van Dyke Street
Same-
when she gets home.
There is a pile of things already that I was like debating today whether I should bring it down. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? So I could carry it out there and then carry it back with wrapping paper off of it? No. If you want to send something like a card or something like that, like
Whatever you want to send it to 212 Van Dyke Street, Bisbee, Arizona 85603. And then it'll be waiting for her. The room is small enough.
it's not allowed.
Yeah,
they can only have a few things in there, like crossword puzzles and Sudoku. There's not putting in a big spray of flowers in the ICU.
Yeah.
And crossword puzzles and Sudoku are completely worthless at this time.
No, this is for the people sitting in there.
okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if you mentioned this. There has to be someone from the family or close to the family with her at all times because
Otherwise, she'll tear tubes
tear out, yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
she'll just
So-
wake up crying and no one's there. It's
turns
fun.
out this is serious.
Turns out.
Wow.
Today I was out smoking with Jobi. You have to leave the grounds. The hospital she's in is like the Mall of America. They have a farmer's market on Friday. No shit. It's that big. They have 3 different ICUs. So it's a non-smoking campus, meaning you can't smoke outside. So we have to walk all the way to a street and get on a sidewalk to smoke. And we're out smoking today. And I'm keeping up pretty good as long as I'm around the family. If they're crying, I'm laughing. But otherwise, it's me, and we're out smoking. Me and Jobi can be quiet, and it's so nice to have, because the family, they have to kill the dead air with conversation. Well, the good thing is this and the... Can we not talk like me and Jobi? There's a comfort in that, where you don't feel like you, and we're smoking, and that song, Carole King, "You're So Far Away," gets in my head, and I'm like, oh fuck! Like, I couldn't even sing like a little bit of that out loud. Like, it's making me cry just thinking about it. So I went in to where the sister and mom are, and I go, hey, you know that song, "You're So Far Away" by Carole King? You know the lyrics? And I got it in their head. I go, try to think about that without crying. And they both started crying, and I started laughing my balls off.
But they were actually crying before that anyway, so you just added to it.
I helped. I helped.
There's a nickname for Stanhope in the ICU unit. ICU ruiner.
Also his rap name.
Well, the Bingo, every time she would cry over something silly, it would just make me laugh because she cries so adorably. But I don't know if I did the wrong thing. Why do you always laugh when I cry? Well, it works with your sister and your mother, too. That must be a Bingaman thing. But, yeah, her mom, that Saturday night, we were in here like the fucking home team won the big game after she said her first words and was responding, and mom's getting drunk and hugging people. Her mom's so great. She's just
I love
like,
the guy.
so wonderful.
I can't wait to isolate that statement from the podcast and use it in the future. I love gay.
I love the gay. I love the gay so much.
Have you guys met Jobi? I love gay.
I'm pretty sure that Jobi's already said that on
Yeah,
previous
everybody knows.
podcasts. That's not
Everybody
not a
knows.
revelation.
This time he meant it with an E on the end.
We've pulled the girls. Bingo's hair was so matted. I told Jobi after 6-7 days in ICU, it was. I told Jobi it was like if you poured soda pop on a toupee and let it dry in the sun. It was like caked, not just dreadlock, but caked, like glazed cake. And her mother
Crinkly.
spent 3 hours one day in there. Just, she had some kind of a rinse-free foam shampoo.
Yeah,
And
that's what they do when someone's unconscious or they're in a sensitive situation. They have this like shampoo cap, or they have this liquid that they put on and they just towel it off. Why aren't we all doing that?
I was just going to say, at least the upside is I just realized what Mitchell's Christmas present's going to be.
she spent 3 hours just little strands of hair at a time and just, violining it out with her thumb and
Trying to
forefinger.
detangle dreadlocks is what it was.
And she got it done, and they found one of the, I don't know if she's a doctor, a nurse, an RN, that
Hairstylist.
put it all in Pippi Longstocking braids. I have one great picture. I didn't want to tweet. It just seemed like the wrong time. But when she was in the middle of it, I spread her hair wide out on a pillow, and where she looked like Morgan Murphy. And I go, Bingo doing her impression of Morgan Murphy. And it just seemed like the wrong time to tweet it, so I just texted it to Morgan. But it's just her with their nose tube and breathing tube and then giant hair across the entire pillow spilling over the sides of the bed. She really should have cut that hair anyway.
By the way, splayed out hair and nose tube, you nailed Morgan Murphy. She got it. She got it.
All right, this is where we usually take a break, but I'll just throw it on Erickson to carry the rest of the show.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Hey,
why
I was
not?
going to tell you, Erickson, before you decide on foam shampoo, there's also a rectal tube that you missed. We talked about.
Oh,
earlier.
don't worry. Carrie Mitchell has already had her
Oh.
rectal tube.
All
my
right, I
friend.
didn't know. It sounded like a good Christmas present for Mitchell.
And she's got all the rectal tubes she needs, buddy. Have you met me? Quit being funny over there without a microphone.
And Carrie Mitchell also shits straight oatmeal like Bingo is.
True story, true story.
Yeah, it turns out that explosive event where I came in and Dad met me at the waiting room and said you can't go in there. They're cleaning up. Evidently, this was her first poop. I don't know if he said BM or poop. It was 6 days in. Evidently, he was wrong because
Oh, yeah.
Jobi was cleaning up poop. I'll get to, but
I didn't clean up.
oh
but
geez.
I had to be there for it.
Well, he thought it was her first one.
Oh, God,
6
no.
days in, where it was so bad that it was everywhere. They had to change the entire bed. Like,
No, she's cleared out the room several times before that. Yeah.
To be fair, she's done it on tour in the van. So
I was just gonna say, as Stanhope's wife, she's walking the room.
she'd always fart at me or in my face and go, I just fart. I go, no, honey, that wasn't you. That was the dog or a squeaky door. Girls don't fart. Why don't you ever give me credit?
or on the road where like we'd hear something and then I'd go, "Oh, good one, Stanhope," and like totally like no credit whatsoever, and
You
she'd
never give her
pout.
credit for a fart.
Shaylee, was that you? No, I mean yes. Still
A
crestfallen.
few people have emailed me or typed at me, let's just say, to be all-encompassing, that the I'm peeing coming out of a coma is not rare. That they know someone or were someone that's when they came out of the coma, or their family was when they had to take a shit or take a piss, and evidently it's not uncommon that that's because when you're
It's an
sleeping,
urgent-
yeah,
yeah.
that's the one thing that wakes you up without a fucking wake-up call.
I do it almost every night. To be fair,
Hey, has anybody tried telling her we did all her blow in that same vein? Maybe that'll jerk her into.
That's not true. It still exists.
Yeah, we can't lie to her.
Well, we tried.
she'd know it was a lie.
Yo, I guess we could lie to her. Then just kidding. There's
What-
still a bunch left.
What people didn't know is that she wasn't going to do that cocaine. She was just keeping it in the fanny pack in front of her as ballast.
Perfect.
It wasn't enough.
Oh.
At those situations, you have to guesstimate. It's not an exact science.
I mean, you only turned 40 once.
I think she had her hair up. That was there was a headwind.
I don't,
Yeah.
I don't want to point fingers, but whoever did a bump just before that may have taken just enough
It's
weight
your
off.
fault. It's your fault.
Is that load-bearing coke?
Yes.
Malcolm Gladwell, the tipping point. That's what he talked about. That's it.
Well, she turned into a real outlier.
All right. Okay, no, all right.
Good night, everybody.
Don't get sophisticated. We're making jokes about.
You're the one who said Malcolm Gladwell.
I was just working out the timeline in my head. It was the last podcast we did was after End of the World.
Yes.
Yeah, all right, good.
But they went out in order because I got the End of the World and that went out, and then the last podcast is the one we were doing at the Funhouse.
All right. This one doesn't have to be a long one. I just want people to know, hey, I can't update when I don't know, and if you, hey, what's going on? Call me. Well, I can't. My phone has never been more than 40% charged. Just that's all I do is stare at her for a couple hours, come back here, answer as many text messages as I can. Figure out who's staying where, who's flying in, who's flying out. Visitors, if you're not like, podcast or family, then just wait for her to call you. That's it. I was gonna tweet that today. Listen, I can't keep updating, so I'll tell you if she's dead, and she'll tell you if she's good. Otherwise, it's in between.
She might want to use this as an excuse to not ever hang out again, depending on who you are. So.
You can actually tell from caller ID. You don't even have to answer the phone.
She used to always use, because she's really bad in social situations. And early on,
You're not lying there.
Wait, you mean just now or before?
You mean like when she throws a party?
when the staples come out of her head, when her mother was having to go through that where the wild things are, hare nest, rat nest thing for 3 hours, the doctor had come in earlier in the week and not been able to find the staples that are in her head from Bisbee when she fell down before they life flighted her up here. Like, it was the hair was so thick that when she finally found them after 3 hours of doing her hair, he was looking in the wrong place altogether. 3 hours to find the staples in her head. You know, there's probably loose ones. Her mother Gay was saying, I bet a bunch of them just hit the floor. They were just stapling randomly. It was in the dark. It was the EMTs that were doing it in the dark with Jobi's cell phone, camera flash.
Wait, they stapled her right there?
They stapled her somewhere in the dark.
All right. But no one went,
But we were
that's good
drunk.
enough. Let's move on.
I don't know. She knows stuff we don't know, and I don't think she wants to be on the podcast as an expert witness. But enough about this. It's Jenny's 25th birthday. Woo!
Wow, she's old enough to rent a car.
And your insurance rates go down. So, hey,
Happy birthday, my love. Thanks for being around. I appreciate it.
I'm glad you chose to spend it with us.
Thank you for having me. Oh, thank you for having me.
Kelly Carpenter and
Logan.
I would have had it. I called them two different names all night that night, but they weren't. Neither.
Bob was one of them. Yeah.
I think it was like Landon or something else. I don't know. I settled on Bob. You were serenading her early on. They let you in. Hang on. Let me give you a mic.
Come over here. No,
Here.
Oh, damn.
We may need to switch places.
Hello, check, testing, 1, 2. Yeah. Hi, guys. Yeah, I sang her songs, man.
And I assume this is at night.
Yeah, after work, sure. Got to work around
What's
here.
the deal with that? Do you have to like keep it low, or they're like,
I mean,
hey,
I
any
didn't
music's
have
good
to
for
do
all
anything,
of the
but
people.
Of course, I know. Like, of course, it was very soft. Because But I know also that like.
Where did you set up the PA?
It's funny you should ask. On top of the breathing unit. No, just kidding. I would never.
There's a
do
lot
that.
of plugs in there.
No, acoustic, Shaylee. Come on.
All
now.
right.
Because I know, like I could reach her. I always told her I'd find her no matter what state or whatever.
Oh, like
Never expected
Houdini and his wife.
This state. And music is a thing with us,
It is.
especially. It's how we connect, and we always have. So, yeah, and so singing her songs, singing her our favorite songs. That song we sang at that one airport bar that one time, like that was her first song. She also first performance at the Grand. So of course, soft. But they did say, I mean, she wasn't conscious then. She didn't say I have to pee or anything like that. But I knew she was in there, right? Because she's fucking bingo and her brain is spectacular. Western medicine has nothing on that girl's brain to me.
That's not a thumbs down, by the way.
No, yeah, no. Well, thumb sideways always.
Well,
like-
everybody.
or hang loose in Hawaii because that's how we do.
We talked about this. Everyone that talked to her, we all kind of thought maybe we're going to be the guy that can pull the sword out of the stone to
Sure.
be King Arthur.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the one that she's
yeah.
going to wake
and
up
it
for
wasn't
me.
like that. Yeah, and I didn't think she was going to wake up, but what I did love, because I knew that she was out.
But kind of. You
I
kind
mean,
of thought you hoped it
No,
was.
like, I mean, at some point, and I still will, like, we still all will, be the one to, like, get to
But
her.
only one of us can be first.
Well,
Highlander. There can only be one.
Urine has already topped
It's
all of us.
taking a break. I mean, since childhood, it's been a thing way before us. But what did happen when I was there was that she had target like breathing resting points and stuff that were like way high. They don't want them to be above 30, 29
What'd
all
you
day.
hit? What was it?
18, dog. They wanted 12 to
Oh.
20, and she was at 18. Even the doctors are like, "What's happening?" Right during the hour and a half or whatever. I mean, I've done it a couple times, but the one day when after the 3 days we thought she might die, then there was days after that. So it's like the fourth day.
Okay, so the song you were playing at that point, did you change your set list for your next gig to make that the closing song? Evidently, this
Never
is
compromise the set list, Doug.
Let me
Never
guess.
compromise
Let me guess the
list.
song. Gigi Allen, tough fucking shit.
Oh,
No,
I
nothing.
mean,
Really?
I didn't bring my guitar, y'all. I mean, shit.
There is
Just
one
saying.
around. I gave it to Scott and never saw it again, but it
What?
was the house guitar.
The house guitar.
Who's got?
It's one of her
Saxophone
circle.
Rob's brother, the drummer. He's
Got
the
it.
he's the nurse that
I'm with
was
you.
there
I
when
know.
it happened.
I should have known
which,
that. My bad.
If you could plan having a seizure and falling off 2 steps
Then,
high
like, giving
onto the
the
back of
tour
your
to the
noggin,
nurse
Rob
is a good
saved her
idea.
life, man.
Yeah.
Him
it would
being
be
here.
Scott.
Or, Scott.
It would be Scott
yeah.
standing
Scott's
there going,
wonderful.
"What the fuck? No one touch her." I mean,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
Scott
yeah,
was
No,
great.
yeah, Scott, of course.
huge.
My memory, not yeah.
Yeah, he saved her life.
But he can take that guitar away and save my life because that guitar's
Fucking
a piece
A,
of
right?
shit.
Well, his girlfriend almost killed her then because she called 911
On my
and
phone.
gave her the address of her own
Yeah,
Airbnb.
414 Arizona.
614.
Because 911 called my phone back, which was the phone I gave to her to make the call. They called back. They're like, "We're at Arizona Street, right?" And I was like, 212 Van Dyke. Like,
I
it
can't
was a
wait
thing.
to see that Airbnb's review of their guests.
911, yeah, like, oh,
They're
fail.
going, hey, it's a great time. We were only there for a few hours, had to bolt, but nice people. And they're saying, yeah, they sent 17 ambulances to her house like it was a prank call. with-
These merry pranksters will not be welcome back.
Exactly. Yeah. It's funny. My Verizon that night was like, family base is now you're restricted because my phone called 911 that night. I haven't looked into it, but
I have no idea what
it
that
was
means.
weird. I don't either. I was like, whatever. Does
Like
that mean
you're
I can't
some
call 911 if I
like
need that?
domestic
I get
violence.
Amber alerts on my
Amber
phone,
alert,
and I
yeah.
go, I don't have
Oh.
kids. Fuck off.
I don't care.
Yeah, what's it got to do with me?
I don't think you know what an Amber
Yeah.
Alert is.
I do, but I just when they get them, I like. Why would you call me? I don't care about kids, and I'm vocal about it. Am I going to look out for them? I did. I actually.
You're like, stop it.
We all get. Yeah.
Well, it's
no.
a very alarming, like, like a natural disaster or something.
But we're all in the fun house at the time, so like 7 of us got these screaming alerts on my phone. So I just called AT&T. I go, "What the fuck? You got this on my phone?" It was a little.
Oh, Lord.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's.
That was displaced anger, I think.
Yeah, it's at least 7 months ago. I'm a better man now.
We all want the
Aren't we
kids to
all?
be found.
Yeah, find them on your own. I didn't have that thing.
They're not in the fun house. I looked.
Yeah, they're not there. Chances are they're not there.
Okay, so here's my
Carrie Mitchell.
thought I woke bingo up story.
All right, you thought
that one. Here you go, baby. You want over there?
So well,
you
it's
pulled
between-
Excalibur
Oh, no,
from the
so, yeah.
stone.
This was it was election day, so it was earlier before you guys got there, and you and I were texting.
Yeah.
And you had texted me, give me updates, and saying that we were gonna Vox bingo. Are you there in 5 minutes? And I was just waking up from a nap. So I texted Kelly, just woke up. And then I called you, and we
Yeah.
set up the Vox. So
Which was amazing, by the way.
it
Bingo
was-
totally heard it.
She loved it, right? So
Yeah.
we Voxed for a few minutes, and then that was done. And I was like, okay, well, Kelly, call me on your way home and give me more updates and let me know, more of everything.
Foxy's is like a 3-way call.
Yeah, it's like a walkie-talkie.
Walkie-talkie,
Got
yeah.
So we Vox because that's
Voxer
fun.
for
We're
your
Voxers.
enjoyment. No.
So a cut to now, Kelly's driving home, and I look at my phone and I see just woke up. And so I call Kelly and I was like, what? She just woke up. She just woke up. And my hair is standing on, and Julie Zeba is on my couch looking at me like, what? Like, she just sat through the whole Vox thing, and I was like, she's awake. Like, I did it. And then
It was your
Kelly-
text.
It was my text that I sent to her saying, I just woke up from a nap.
Bingo's awake. No.
And Kelly was like, I just left the hospital.
I was like, how would she wake up after I left? That's so unfair.
So mean-spirited. But it felt so good for
It
that
did.
minute.
Yeah,
like,
sword
oh
in
my
the
God.
stone,
And then
sword
I
in
was
the
like,
So
I'm
have
a
you met
fucking
Carrie
burnout.
Mitchell?
Turns out I'm a burnout.
But that's
Marijuana making the world better for everybody.
One toke at a time.
By the way, I actually, not to interrupt, I actually have an update. The Bengals are leading the Giants 10-7. There's 4 minutes and 12 seconds left in the second quarter.
You know what? Anytime a New York team loses, Bingo gets more strength.
Shrimp.
That's an inside joke with me and Bingo. Well, with a lot of us, but it started with me and Bingo, and that's one of the hardest things that we've found is there's family and friends, and so there's usually at least 2 or 3 people in the room with her.
Right.
So, like, I say all this dumb shit that we would only say waking up and got you in the belly kind of shit.
Right.
That I'm having to stare at her dad
Yeah.
and then
Serious.
her best
Yeah.
gal pal friend's sister.
Right.
And they
Kate,
look at me
yeah.
like I'm just being goofy. And then I have to explain, no, this is a thing we do every time she brushes her teeth. I hit her in the tuchus, kind of whatever. Like I have to
Right.
back,
Awkward.
but you know she can still hear
Right.
you having to
Yeah.
explain it, and you know she's probably embarrassed for you. All the things that you put onto
Yeah.
the coma person,
Right.
whether she's
For sure.
gurgling, kind of responsive, or
Right.
just dead. Like you don't.
Right.
You assume that
She's
they're.
still absorbing.
It's like
She is.
your dog.
That
Right.
brain.
Stay with me.
Yeah.
You know how you put shit on your dog. Oh, the dog's at home probably going, when's mommy coming home? You don't know what the fucking dog's thinking, but there's a you do that big word thing.
Anthropomorphic.
No, that's not the word. Yeah,
That's a big word.
well, that's
You
Transubstantiate.
can't just pick a big word. You have to pick the right big word.
that's it.
halfway through.
It's
Transubstantiation.
All right, good.
That's a
Yes,
bigger word.
thank you, Trace.
That's what I just.
I'm not sure
Anthropomorphism.
that's right, but yay, Trace. I
Well,
like it.
my dad corrected me when I tried to use that big word when my dad was alive. Before. The point is that's an inanimate object, and yeah, and then the jokes roll.
fun.
But
I stand by my word. My big
either
word.
way,
Anthropomorphic.
you assume that you assume the worst, and that's why we can't pull all those beautiful pranks. Where you sit there, hey, let's go fuck with her about this, and then you see her getting, blood phlegm sucked out of her and her chest heaving, and hey, she's doing better. She made words. Well, I can't tweet. Oh, her chest was heaving like alien was going to bust out of her sternum, but it's all good as far as you're concerned. Is she going to live? Yes. Is it going to be like the end of Very Bad Things? Maybe. At some point, when they were, we had to have the family huddle. This was very strange.
When was this?
This afternoon,
Tonight,
when they were gonna have to
Traker.
trach her and put the breathing tube back in, and trach immediately. It's because it's so disgusting. Everyone's panicked, And they call me, and I go over. We have to do this as a family, and they defer to me. Mom and Dad and the sister.
Never
Mom's,
leave you in charge.
You don't even bring a guitar.
You're the guy that can't say no.
She doesn't need a mic. I'm the guy that can't say no. Well, I assume they know what they're doing. But at some point, Gay says, well, I think because Dad is asking a lot of questions, which you should do, but there was so many things that I understood it the first time. So they're both talking, like the doctor has to placate everyone and talk to everyone like they're stupid, because that's usually who
The
you
ICU
deal
doctor.
with. The one that's going
on
to
duty,
do
that's-
the trach thing, and she's the representative. There's so many factions of this ISIS. There's the ear, nose,
ISIS?
throat ISIS, and the fucking respiratory, and then there's the speech therapist. There's a million kinds of doctors. So they send in
Trump's
Dr.
America.
Wu.
ISIS is really infiltrated.
Are you with me, Dr. Wu? Anyway, that's a whole other line of thought. We'll just call her Dr. Wu. It's a Steely Dan song. Look that up for bingo. She's talking in the small room with the four of us, and Dad's asking questions. And it gets to a point where they just keep repeating. He's repeating the same questions, and then she's repeating the same long-winded answers, and then the sister will chime in with, I think what you're saying, doesn't everyone know exactly what the fuck? Jobi told me when I was called over there exactly what's going on in 2 sentences. Then we all get brought into this room. They're waiting for Rhonda and Dad to park the car, and then it's 20 minutes of this round table conversation where it comes back to the 2 sentences Jobi had told me, this is what's going on. Like, I get it. If I have questions, I'll ask. And Dad's asking questions because he thinks he should, and she's responding in the milquetoast way you have to respond to people. And then at the end, Gay says, I think Doug says that's what he wants. I'm the guy. Like, yeah, that is. You're right. But why am I the guy that has to, like, pull the plug on this? Oh, no, I closed it with that.
So not to speak, by the way. That's the opposite of so to speak.
I think she was just trying to get Dad to shut up. So she said, okay, I think Doug says that's good. But I closed with that as everyone's slowly leaving the small room. I go, wait, isn't there a part where we all vote on pulling the plug instead? It's Monday Night Football. Anyone? Don't we get that? We don't even get the choice? Anyone?
It is only the
Anyone?
Bengals.
I should have saved that update for right now. Comedy is timing. God damn it. That's why I'm still middling.
Wait, you got a middle job?
Finally.
Between 2 bears.
So the huddle.
The huddle.
After that,
No, at that point it was done, but we do have another guy on our side.
Inside job.
We got an inside guy. He was even when we were in L.A., he's like, listen, she's doing way better than expected. Doctors have to tell you the best case scenario and play. He's a friend of ours, but he also works there. He's an ICU guy. He's like, they're not bullshitting you. She's doing way better than other people in that condition. So he came in and said, hey, I looked at the things. This trach shit doesn't have to happen. So he's our guy. And I don't want to say more than that until she's out of there. Oh, that's what I wanted to say, is seeing her in a coma in this place, as bad as it's been, as, choked up as you get, still better than when I saw her at that Valley Hospital, that fucking psych unit in Phoenix. I don't know how to like just shit all over them. I don't think they're on Twitter. Just seeing her in that psych unit, which was like Guantanamo, I'd rather see her in a fucking coma here with decent people around her than a psych unit where she's marched in threadbare fucking Guantanamo prison wear and way better. Fuck you, Valley Hospital. I'd rather have my girlfriend in a coma. Hey, Jobi. I'm now it just reminded me of what you said about your sister.
Which part?
Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is horrible to say, but I'll say it. The feeling of leaving Oklahoma, is that what it was?
Yeah.
When I got to leave Oklahoma, the feeling of it was so good that I'd have my sister die all over again to keep feeling that.
Just to have that feeling one more time.
I wish I had another sister that was dying.
He does. Jobi's got everyone dying. When Jobi came back to Bisbee finally from Oklahoma, I said, what are you going to do now? He goes, I'm going to have to figure out where to go next because there's no money to be made here. And I go, we'll figure out some way, some paying job. I mean, we have enough shit going on. Chaille's doing all sorts of stuff he shouldn't be doing. You can share. We'll find out a way you can. And then when I got here and it looked like, well, shit, Bingo might be a vegetable for the rest of her life. I thought, wow, see, I told Jobi I could find him full-time work in Bisbee. Well, that's what Jobi does.
Yeah. It's like a monkey's paw. You made a wish.
Yeah, but it was when I was drunk and I don't remember.
Yeah.
Somebody said that to me, one of the family, probably mom. Like, what? You know what? You go through so much. Your life is just full of just these. I go, no, my life is great. It's like you, Jobi. It's everyone around me. Falls apart.
Yeah, but sooner or later, everyone else is going to die, and I can go on with my life. So it's just
That's why I'm not
waiting it
answering
out.
a lot of my texts. I got too many people that care about me. Jesus. I don't want to let anyone down when I can top myself. So I guess we'll wrap this up with.
Actually, we got the police beat, right? You want to do that?
Not unless Bingo's in it, and I heard she's not.
Oh, damn it!
We don't have any selected. We just have a blank police beat.
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, I wanted to tweet this or Facebook this, but I couldn't figure out how to make it not sound douchey without, all the people that didn't call, email, or text that you would expect to. Or, I know why you didn't, and thank you. Mm-hmm. Becker, I understand. Like, I wanted to call Becker and go, hey, thanks for not calling, Chaille's, they're not fucking bothering me. They know I'll fucking call them. So all like my closest friends that didn't email or text or call or whatever, I get it. Thank you. I understand.
It's the people that don't offer their sympathies that are the heroes.
No, I'm not.
And you're welcome.
Exactly the problem. There's no way to say that. Like, everyone who did reach out, I'm glad, but I know the people that didn't. Don't think, oh, I feel like a dick because I didn't say it. No, I know. I get it. Yes. I'll talk to you when it's over. I get it. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Chad?
I absolutely know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Today, I was afraid that you were going to think that I wanted to go visit Bingo today, and I was like, I don't want to go do that. I mean, if she's awake and can know I'm there, I'll do that. But right now, if there's already people there, I don't want to go there.
That's what I'm saying. The people that I know that. Thank you for not thinking that you have to.
I get it.
And I'm sorry about Green Bay. That was a shout out. That was a local shout out to the Funhouse football fanatics. All right, Chaille, I think we're done. Oh. Hey, Chaille just came back from the toilet with your wife. How do you feel about that, Brett, in closing?
I'm going to Disneyland.
Did we end on an up note?
Yeah, we're going to
think so.
Disneyland. All right.
Did you?
Happy birthday, Jenny.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Jenny.
birthday, Jenny.
Once again, if you want to send anything, just send cards to
Don't even send cards. She won't fucking read them. Listen, let's be honest
postcards.
right now.
Postcards.
She doesn't read them. We'll hope she reads at one point, but she still will just go, oh, that's nice. Anyway, where's the thing about me? I told and when we were trying to get her to open her eyes and focus, like, can you see me? I go, wait, there's nothing Bingo likes better than bingo. So show her pictures on your cell phone of her and say, hey, did you see this picture of yourself? And then you can see if her eyes are tracking.
So we need 12 bingo masks for tomorrow.
That would be rad.
Tomorrow's too soon. I mean, according to the doctors. All right, we'll keep you updated. I'll keep Chaille dragging ass up to Tucson with the gear, and we'll keep doing podcasts. Chad Shank is going to come in to do some duty shifts to make sure she doesn't pull tubes out of the wrong places. That was a weird thought. Well, it's not weird. A few people have tweeted it, but like if you put one of those finger vibrators on her clit, this is before, not now. Now we're
We're
she's
still
alert.
recording.
Why not now?
But I was thinking about that on my way to a Taco Bell for breakfast. They wouldn't sell me because they don't serve after 11. They're behind the breakfast game. Like you would think that might be something. You play music for her she likes, but if you just put like a fucking vibrating finger blaster on her clit when she's in a coma.
Is
You
this
think
for
it would
you
be-
or her?
You think it would be more effective, and the theory's the same. She probably liked that too when she was awake.
And if it didn't work, who cares? But I just thought about the whole, the rape
You
culture
still came?
climate. Where
Well, I got mine.
That was so good.
But I just, when I thought of that, I just imagined a nurse walking in on that and me being arrested for rape. Like, it's just another theory. Like, I don't care if she comes. I don't do this when she's awake. And then I rapid cycled through
The lengths
whole,
she'll go to go on a date with you.
I was rapid cycling through like the trial where I go, no, I never fuck her hardly anyway. If I did, it was all about me. Like I was just trying to wake her up. That's rape. She did not just because she was. There was no consent. I was trying a thing. All right, you do like herbal fucking Eastern teas. I went. Hey, old school finger blaster thing.
And you thought I was creepy by putting on the flyer for Halloween at Black Knob, full-size candy bars?
Well, those are kids. If my kid was in a coma, I wouldn't go, hey, jack him off. Depending on his age.
It depends on who was visiting.
Is there a lock on the ICU door? I know there's a curtain.
Listen, there's definitely
I see
there's-
you. Shout out. to
There's
Derek.
definitely
cut.
a precedent set. You could listen to the Stern Show. Everybody knows if Stanhope was doing it for his own pleasure, he'd be messing with her butthole.
Rectal tube. All right, speaking of rectal tube, we're going to close on that. And thank you, everybody, especially Jenny, for spending her 19th birthday here with us in the most depressing atmosphere ever. Thank everyone who came. And that's. Oh, hey, there's a bunch of follow at Mr. Hennigan because I won't let him promote like. Yeah, we're No, we're losing money hand over fist. So we can't. Yeah, we have. There's a thing coming out. What? Yeah. Well, they know I canceled the dates. Except Boston, he didn't take down. Someone's gonna call him about that. It's up somewhere. It's down. There's no more dates. I have no more comedy except stuff I already did that's for sale. So buy something. Do that. Just buy something or look at Mr. Hennigan's tweets because I won't let him promote shit that's for sale. My special is like now audio or something. I don't know. Fucking look at Mr. Hennigan. I'll let him promote shit.
Actually, we have the new special coming out. It'll be online.
Goodbye.
It'll be online soon.
Hey, you know what? Play Bingo song. Where to Put the Flowers. We'll close on that. Thank you, everyone. And, yep.
Love you, Bingo.
Cheers, everyone.
Salud.
Hold up your virgin
Salud.
drinks out here.
It's yet another night where I don't sleep. I'm in your hometown, and you're in my New Orleans. So yes, I guess I am where I am supposed to be, for I seem to have some strange tendency to show a bathroom just who is boss. The mirror has stooped to my level, but the bathtub won't be misbehaving, at least anytime soon. I'm on shrink number 3, but tonight my whiskey and me got more therapy out of finding that torn scrap of paper where you wrote to me, quote, but most of all, you are the bravest person I've had the honor to know. I love you wildly. And will run me to you. But somewhere in my head, I hit you right with every pectoral bar that floats on by. It's yet another night where I don't sleep. I'm in your home